मेरी हर फिल्म के साथ तो लोग कहते हैं कि सर what a comeback, but I'm like it's
Come back.
You know, this is probably my 90th film or so. I've never really come on the cover of any magazine. Do you know that?
What?
I'm telling you, and everybody says every film of mine is a comeback.
No, I'm laughing because I completely identify with that.
Hey guys, my name is Ansha, and today I'm going to be having a conversation with two काफी talented people in the house. It is R. Madhavan and Niel. Nitin Mukesh. What's up, guys? How are you guys doing?
Very well,
Very
Saman.
well.
Thank you.
I told you, that's the energy I'll bring in for you guys.
Okay.
So listen, when I watched the trailer of Hisaab Barabar, it just felt like, wow, my manifestation came true.
Oh,
Wow.
I'll tell you why. So always while growing up, I was like, okay, if I meet every person in India, and even if I take like 10 rupees from them, I'll
10
be
rupees?
10 rupees.
You'll be richer than Elon Musk, man. You take only half a rupee.
है ना?
Half a rupee.
And then when I watched it, I'm like, wow, this is me manifesting this. I want to ask you this, Maddie sir. When a script like this comes to you, ठीक है, do you have those 3 checkpoints that you're like, अच्छा ये होना चाहिए, ये होना चाहिए, ये होना चाहिए?
Yeah, I absolutely do.
Yeah.
The first checkpoint is, why is the movie being made? Does the producer and the director want to tell a story? Are they doing it because the actors' dates are available? It's already pre-sold. Let's quickly make the movie, and then. So the first checkpoint is, if the motive is because the director wants to tell the story.
Yeah.
And the director narrates it to me with knowing every scene at the back of his hand and knowing every character. Then I know that the reason the film is being made is what I want it to be. The second one is, how is the cast reacting to it? What kind of a cast are they doing and how are they? So when Niel said yes to it, it became even more important for me that, no, I mean, because you know what I'm saying, right? So sometimes people say, isko le lete hain, usko bhi le lete hain, usko bhi le lete hain. But the thing is, when the director knows exactly what he wants, then he goes after the actors he knows who can play the character well. So you're working towards a good content.
Yeah.
And the third one is, who is the producer and how are they likely to release the film?
To what, he said that, one of the points actually that he said, that is the script actually casting people for the script, or is it just like, कि अच्छा इसका फिल्म चल रहा है, इसको ले लेते हैं, ठीक है? How many times has it happened with you?
मेरे साथ तो बहुत होता है. इनफैक्ट लोग कहते हैं, मेरी हर फिल्म के साथ तो लोग कहते हैं कि सर what a comeback. It's like, but I'm like, it's
come back.
Every film is a comeback for me.
Yeah.
For me, filmmaking, I started at the age of 4.
Yeah.
तो 4 साल की उम्र से मैं और कुछ नहीं जानता, but सिवाय filmmaking. I've worked with over a dozen of national award-winning directors. I've done, I don't know, about almost 30 odd plus films. Yeah. So for me, filmmaking is not about setting. For me, filmmaking is about getting actors, getting the synergy, like Maddie sir said, of a director's vision being put aligned. Yeah. But while I thought it's important for me to take time out, work on myself, sharpen my axe, come back in the field, there's a bit of a gap. But in that gap, what happens is you're reading scripts that might not resonate with what you are aligned with in your thought process. Yeah. But होता है ऐसा, अभी क्या करें, सवाल जवाब होते हैं लोगों के दिमाग में.
Yeah. Do both of you all know this? You guys have been a part of so many people's growing up. Okay. It's been 3 months. 3 months ago, I was watching 13B again.
Wow,
and
I love that.
I am like, where is this cinema?
Yeah.
Because I think the cinema that was made from early 2000s till 2010s, the songs, iconic. Films were so different from each other, and I don't think there was a formula that was used. And I think that's one of the reasons why whenever you are a part of a film अच्छी हो ना हो is secondary, but they know that you'll always give your 2000%. Do you know today, sitting here, that that's the kind of a fan following that you have, and that's the kind of faith your audience has in you?
It's a huge responsibility.
Is it?
Yeah, absolutely. This is probably my 90th film or so. I remember when I first came, I wasn't so keen about being an actor in the first place.
Why?
Because I didn't study acting. I didn't go to school. I didn't go to producers' offices to give me a job. I wasn't from the industry. So in the beginning, it was easy, brother, because I was amused कि मेरे साथ हो क्या रहा है. For example, who can design like a launch like my film? Yeah. My first debut film was with Mani Ratnam, A.R. Rahman, Shalini, Tota Dharni, all the stalwarts of the industry at that time. Yeah. So it was easy. I was amused that ho gaya hai. Acha, they saying acha actor hai. So for the first 10 years, I did about 65-70 films. Yeah. Then the last 14 years, I've only done 4 films.
Hmm.
Because I got so nervous कि यार अच्छा, that is my USP because I can't dance and I can't fight like Hrithik or the
Tiger.
South guys or Tiger or anything. So I had to find my own spot.
Yeah.
And then I realized that I have to design stories which suit my personality,
Ji.
which was like Tanuvaj Manu or
Yeah.
Vikram Veda. But those took a long time.
Hmm.
And so the huge burden of the respect of the fans that have, that kind of expectation from my film is so much that आज मैं ना डरता हूँ. मैं interview आने में nervous हो जाता हूँ. मैं the first day of shoot में nervous हो जाता हूँ.
Our Madhavan saying he gets nervous.
I'm very good actor on that front. I can show off that I'm not nervous. But अरे सच में भाई.
No. I'm laughing because I completely identify with that.
Because like you also.
I have a butterfly every. You remember the first day of our shoot?
Yeah. I'm telling you, and everybody says every film of mine is a comeback. He's come back. In South also he's come back.
He and I have now kind of used.
But how irritating does it get
Nahi.
that you're like, bro, I've always been working now. If my film, let's say, because आप लोगों के साथ भी ये होता है, right? That you finished a film, ठीक है? Now you don't know when it's going to release. Sometimes it might just release in the same year. It might take 2 years, 3 years.
Exactly.
So how is it a comeback suddenly? And then they're like, sir, 3 साल कहाँ गायब थे आप?
No, so more importantly, about not knowing about the film releasing is one thing.
हाँ.
And the other is that sometimes as an actor, you need to sit back and evaluate कि मुझे ये करना है कि नहीं. For example, COVID, right? COVID, I must have gotten so much amount of work that I can't even tell you.
Yeah.
The amount of offers that I got from every platform possible. But I just didn't like the work coming.
Yeah.
It was just,
Same scripts?
not about the same scripts. It was just taking undue advantage of the freedom of a certain platform. So, the content wasn't really sitting well with what I probably envisioned, the freedom of this platform that should be.
Yeah.
But like, he has his checkpoints. I
Yeah.
have a certain checkpoints. Of course, I've never been intimidated about cast in that sense because I've always done ensemble cast films.
Yeah.
As long as the story is strong. And if your part is well etched and, it's instrumental in taking the story forward, and you do your job well, even if it's one scene, for example, Wazir.
Yeah.
Wazir was a one scene role, but till date I have people walking up to me and talking about it. So similarly, when Hisaab Barabar came, I thought first of all that the script was outstanding.
Yeah.
It was written brilliantly.
Yeah.
Ashwani sir, kudos to him and the the writers and the producers to have picked this topic and actually said yes to it. And of course, Maddie sir giving his nod for it to finally get greenlit. And then of course you have Kirti, you have the entire ensemble cast that's there in the film is simply outstanding. So to be a part of that family, to be a part of that storytelling was just but obvious, an opportunity that you can't miss out on.
Yeah.
So you get these opportunities, but not very often.
Yeah.
That's why you hear very often, the comebacks.
Makes sense. Every time I Google you, okay, of course, I see about R. Madhavan, the actor and the artist, but I also read a lot about your son. And has this ever happened to you that, oh, he's Vedant's father? Does this happen with you?
I think it's a matter of great pride for any pride for any parent to be identified with the achievements of their offsprings. For me and Sarita, it's been a blessing, but we're also very nervous because he gets a lot of attention because he's my son.
Yeah.
So it feels really proud when Common Man comes up and says, "We like your work, but we are so proud of you because of Vedant." It feels good, but it also feels like the recognition has onset much earlier on in his career, and he has a long way to go.
Yeah.
But I had to tell him that, your life, unfortunately or fortunately, is going to be privileged because you're my son. Yeah. But also has its dangers because you can't be seen with your shirt off and sleeping in any bed because one photograph of you in that, in that kind of a pose is national news. Yeah. And they'll say, oh, Sala, daru pee ke so gaya, or, whatever it is. No matter what the story is. Makes sense. So you can't afford to be as footloose and fancy free as the rest of your friends. You carry a burden of being recognized and being a model. So I had to explain that to him. And I think that was very imperative that I explained that to him because he understood. He said he can't do musty like other people and then because it'll get misinterpreted. Yeah. And mostly because he's an athlete, he hardly has any time for anything like this. So, fingers crossed. Cute.
you guys back then witnessed the true meaning of success because there was no social media. So a lot of attention that you got was always because of your work. And for example, let's say if I wanted to see a Nitin Mukesh or an R. Madhavan, the only options I had was either it was print medium or television or films. Okay. But today the definition of success has fizzled out, and I think people are now, talking about virality and thinking virality is fame and stardom. Okay. What is your take on that?
You know, like I mentioned earlier, I'm still trying to figure out the balance between the two. When very rightly said that when we came into the industry and we started getting recognition, and of course we had an audience who started appreciating our work, we got a certain fan base.
Yeah.
I think that was very pure.
For sure.
It was very
Unadulterated.
pure, unadulterated at all. Right now, it's like, you wake up in the morning and I have to put a post saying, "Hey, good morning, I've woken up at 7 o'clock and I'm ready for a day of interviews."
Yeah.
But till then, you're not relevant. So you have to keep giving them a certain update about time to time. But rightly said that, the foundation was strong.
Yeah.
And I come from that school. My grandfather, my father, I'm the third generation. So I've seen that kind of, era of filmmaking, film schooling, stardom, fans. Like my grandfather's gone 50 years, and still
People talk about him.
I was shooting in Lucknow recently, and I can't even tell you the love that they have for my grandfather even now. So it just felt so nice that 50 years later, that he's not present, with us, but he's still there amongst them in their heart through his songs, through his memories. I have people walking up to me and talking to me about what a good human being he was.
Yeah.
So I feel that somewhere maybe the essence is fizzling out because we're still trying to understand what is important.
Yeah.
And we have to move with time.
Yeah.
So I'm not holding this as a grudge, not at all. I'm just trying to educate myself.
But when you learn with time, cinema cannot suddenly become, initially it was the actor's medium, suddenly it has become the influencer's medium. Have you seen it? What is your take on that?
Now I've, from when I first joined the industry, I remember going for the premiere of my movie, and Balachandar sir, who's a big time director in the South,
Ji.
he said when he joined the industry 50 years ago, they said the industry was in trouble.
Okay.
Because things were changing so fast and, people were not able to understand how to make movies.
Okay.
And he says 50 years later, the problem persists. And it's been 25 years since he said
The problem still persists.
Yeah. The fact that the film industry is an industry in which the rate of success is hardly 6 or 7%.
Yeah.
All the successes are anomalies.
Yeah.
All the actors who become stars are anomalies. There is no paved way. Like if you're a swimmer, you have to go train, you have to work hard, or if you're an athlete or a cricketer, you have to go. There is a particular method you cannot avoid. But nobody can tell you how an actor becomes successful.
Yeah.
Because everybody's story is so unique. Be it Shahrukh, be it, anybody who came into the industry, then be it mine.
Absolutely.
So it's a very strange statistics from the time I've come in the Hindi in the film industry, I've never really come on the cover of any magazine. Do you know that?
What?
Yeah, I've never featured in the as a cover of any magazine. It didn't affect my career.
Of course not.
Also, the fact that, like Niel says, that people think it's imperative to be seen and, have your social media presence. But there are many actors who don't have
social media at all.
Again, an anomaly is what I'm trying to say. When your grandfather and father became stars, they became stars truly because of their talent.
Pure talent.
But the number of people who were competing for that post also was very minimalistic.
Yeah. Okay, the last one coming away, guys. A film of yours that, probably didn't get that kind of success back then. But today, life has come in full circle and you can finally say, "Ke, ab hua Hisaab Barabar."
वाह, मेरी तो ऐसे बहुत सारी फिल्में हैं. But I think मेरी पहली फिल्म Johnny Gaddar.
Yeah.
Johnny Gaddar is today considered a cult film.
Absolutely.
Of course, it was my debut film with Sri Ram Rakhu. Obviously back then it was very well appreciated and critically acclaimed.
Yeah.
But it didn't get the box office numbers that it truly deserved.
It should have, yeah.
But I feel that today when I'm hearing the day and age of so many films being re-released, I feel that there are many films like that, whether it's a Saath Khoon Maaf or a Johnny Gaddar.
Yeah.
or so multiple of those kind of films. But Johnny Gaddar, I think, would
Iconic.
be one of my those.
Sriram
iconic
Raghavan
films.
supremacy,
So, yeah.
bro.
Of course.
What about yours?
I think that's very obvious. Rehna Hai Tere Dil Mein.
Yeah, oh damn.
Yeah.
Our Madhavan and Rehna Hai Tere Dil Mein. Pyar, always pyar.
Thank you.
Damn, that
that
film.
was probably the.
Iconic.
I think
again.
हिसाब बराबर हो ही रहा है अभी भी खत्म नहीं हुआ.
हाँ वो नहीं होने वाला. I think it's a cult. It's become a cult film. But thank you so much, guys. Thank you so much for talking to me.
Thank you.
It just feels so good to talk to two human beings here who've contributed so much to my understanding of cinema and Hindi cinema and Indian cinema.
Wow.
So kudos to you guys for that.
Thank you.
Hoping to see you guys super soon. Like I said, the trailer looks brilliant of Hisaab Barabar. And hum वापस मिलेंगे. Hoping to see you guys super soon.
Thank you.
Till then, this one is a wrap.